Hi everyone, this is Ashanti Edwards, and I'd like to welcome you back to Marketing Girl Tags. I want to go over how to go about finding a new mentor or a mentor. And I was listening to, I believe it was Robert Kiyosaki, and he had a guest on his podcast episode, and she mentioned having different mentors even before she was able to afford them. And that really intrigued me. I was like, so how can you have a mentor without paying them? But but the clever way she went about it was going to Barnes and Nobles and reading different books on different areas and things that she needs to be able to build her business. And that really sparked interest in my head. I was like, so if that's a mentor, that means there's more to mentoring than just regular old one-on-one coaching, which I would never say never to do, but sometimes it's not necessary, especially if you could go and grab someone's book and read their content, the work that they've put out. And I found it very interesting, and that really had me thinking. Like, I've had mentors for a while now. I've been listening to Russell, I've been listening to Tony Robbins, I've been listening to Gary Vee, I've been listening to a lot of different podcasters, and reading their content on their blogs, and without even realizing I had mentors, and they in a sense were shaping me into what I want to what I want to become, because these are some hardworking men. Like, if you ever look them up or if you know their work, you know that they're very dedicated and very headstrong on their their craft, and um they do not go halfway. They go above and beyond for their customers and their business and the people that work for them. So, and you just listening to people that's doing it and has gone through real life issues is a huge thing. It's huge to remember that these guys were not always where they were, and to listen to what they were years ago, whether it's Tony, because Tony Robbins was not what he is today 25 years ago. He was a addict. He went through all types of ups and downs. He did recover. He did stop those bad habits, and he's very relatable. That's very relatable. There's a lot of people going through different some substance abuse issues and have a hard time getting out of it, and Tony is one of many examples that a lot of people can look towards and learn from. Also, Gary V, I believe, what is that? His family owns a wine company, and he was just selling wine for his family. And I guess he was like, enough's enough. I want more. I want more. I see more. I could do more. And he started venturing out, I guess, still selling a wine, but doing his own thing as well. And he boosted sales while doing all of that for the wine. And like, he found his own voice as well. You don't have to go the traditional route of starting your whole business, and it depends on you. Anyway, and even Russell Brunson, if you ever even looked into his story and really understand ClickFunnels, ClickFunnels was not ClickFunnels was an underdog company compared to Lead Pages and um what is that? Um Confusion Soft. Is that the name? I believe so. I don't really know any I don't really remember the names of the Infusionsoft. There's another one. I'm trying to remember some of his competitors. I remember a few years ago, him and his team came up with a bunch of different ways to bash their competitors. But now that they have um, outgrown and actually grown larger than what they are, they don't even need to do that anymore. But this is very relatable because he didn't start off with having financial backings. They had to figure it out from zero. His company before that went bankrupt, and just knowing that your mentors are relatable, I strongly believe that is a huge key factor to factor in when looking for a mentor, because we live in the real world. You know, there are people that already have the money and can really start their business, but 9 times out of 10, they're not really looking for a mentor. We're talking about people that are either trying to get out of their 9 to 5s, or people that are already in their dream business but just need some help from from the outside to help them really scale or to really understand whatever it is in what aspect of their business that they need help in. So, just keeping in mind that knowing people's backstory before spending a dime, whether it's $7, because Russell, he has a, what is that, free plus shipping, you just pay shipping. I believe all the people I just mentioned has their own books. So those are really good people to check out. And there's many more. Those are just uh three people that I thought of that off the top of my head, and who I listen to actively and follow on social media, and their stories are very intriguing to me. And understanding people's backstories is very important in how you could determine whether they had the same struggles or something similar to you or not. Because that's important. Like, if someone, like for me, I wouldn't say Tony Robbins isn't a good fit because his backstory isn't similar to mine, because I don't have a substance abuse issue. However, Tony still has enough value on his plate for me to still be able to still go towards some type of coaching or some type of mentoring to help me go to the next level. So I'm not saying, I don't you don't relate, so that means I can't go to them now, because you could still learn from these people although their backgrounds are not the same as yours. And I was just really it really blew my mind to think that I've been mentored, and I'm being mentored every time I'm watching someone's video or watching or reading someone's blog or reading their book, and just going through their content. That is coaching, because they're teaching you basically little nuggets, little things that they've come across, whether it's their own stories, whether it's their customer stories, whether it's their client stories, or just everyday people that they just ask for testimonials from, the, you know, and it's just a matter of understanding that mentoring comes in many different shapes and forms, and it's not just the one-on-one or $1,000 group. Coaching can also be as low as $20, or even lower than that, or cheaper than that. But of course, understanding that to grow from that and getting that understanding from them, from that basic level to grow, of course, you will have to consume more of their content. And of course, eventually it will become more and more increasingly expensive. But understanding that investing in yourself and in your future will also help you invest in your business and grow your business to whatever goals you're setting. So I've, just thought I would put that out there and share that with you guys. And I will speak to you all in the next episode. Bye.